Therefore, the so-called meeting between Tsai Ing-wen, the local leader of Taiwan, with Speaker McCarthy in California is a violation of this sacred principle of the one China policy.
In international relations, Mr. Gao, there is no such thing as sacred. I suppose Rome could lay claim to large parts of the world on the basis of the Roman Empire, but fortunately it is not foolish enough to do so.
First of all, I hope the panelists would study history, because the United States has been talking about the world order since the end of the Second World War. The status of Taiwan, among other things, traces all the way back to the Cairo Declaration and the Potsdam Declaration. Secondly, I cannot say I love California so much and Silicon Valley so much, so I want to supply arms to the Californians to urge their independence from the Union. How can anyone say, I love Taiwan so much, semiconductors are so important, so let's treat Taiwan as a separate, independent, sovereign country? You are not God. You cannot dictate which piece of territory is Chinese or not. You need to use international instruments. You need to use history. You need to use your common sense.
I just wanted to ask you about the strategic importance of Taiwan and the clear interest it would have in China assuming control of it, so as a gateway to the Western Pacific.
That's for sure, but you cannot say this territory is so strategically important that it should not be Chinese territory.
June, as far as the United States is concerned and its Pacific strategy is concerned, Taiwan is essential to keep on side, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Furthermore, I too have studied history, Mr. Gao, and I think that you have not. The Cairo Proclamation and the Potsdam Proclamation are not the peace treaty. The peace treaty was the Treaty of San Francisco, in which Japan said that it forswore the possession of Taiwan, but it did not say who should Taiwan be returned to.
I hope she will hire a lawyer, because she is not talking about the legal status in the clearly legal terms. I'm registered as an attorney of law in the state of New York. I think I know what I'm talking about. She is not talking about the real legal status of the situation involving the island of Taiwan. Read the Cairo Declaration and read the Potsdam Declaration.
Okay,
and you will know
Victor,
for sure
please move on now. We've already been through this, and I did ask for you to not get into all of this, because but all sides have had.
This is the cornerstone of the international order we are living through. Now, talking about what will happen, each time the United States violates the one China policy, including Speaker Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan last year in August, then China will be fully justified to move one step closer to exercising real administration of the island of Taiwan, eventually in all respects. This is irreversible. Each violation, each provocation will result in consequences that the United States will not be able to bear, because the United States will not send its soldiers to fight for the separatism and independence of Taiwan, because the United States, ever since 1979, has legally and internationally acknowledged that there is only one China and Taiwan is part of China.
You have misstated the U.S.'s one China policy. The United States has not said it agrees with China's one China policy.
Come on. The U.S. position is a trilogy. It's based on three basic principles. One is that there is only one China. Second, Taiwan is part of China. And the third point, which is equally important, that the United States acknowledges that the government of the People's Republic of China is the sole legitimate representative of China. That's all. It's a three parts combined into one. It's kind of a trinity principle. And I don't think June or people like her do not know how to read English. At least she knows how to read English. So read the three communiques which form the basis of China-U.S. relations. The United States did the right thing in 1979 to abandon Taiwan, to withdraw all U.S. troops from Taiwan, to cancel the U.S.-Taiwan diplomatic relations, and further to abrogate the U.S.-Taiwan Defense Treaty. How many times did the United States bend backward to do these things impossible? For what? For recognizing that the People's Republic of China is the sole legitimate representative of China, and there is only one China in the world, and Taiwan is part of China.